extremely proud of the quality, balanced journalism that CBS 4 News produces.
But we are concerned about one-sided news stories
plaguing our country.
The sharing of biased and false news has
been extremely dangerous to our democracy.
What's going on? What's going on? All right, you know what time it is. You know what rhyme it is. I'm your gracious host, A6. We are live and direct, live in effect. It is a Thursday night. We did not do a show Sunday. We just ran a rerun. So we're spinning the block today. Hope you guys like the merch I'm wearing right here for all my people who didn't get persuaded to take that jab. These are available on what is that? What is the website called, man? I should know this offhand. This is forbiddenclothes.com. So for those of you who are interested in these, you can use down in the comment section. There's going to be a code you can put in. I believe it's foreign national. You can put that right in the code and it'll knock a percentage off. So you can get this shirt and a bunch of other good ones. Just go ahead and put that code in, man, and get the discount. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, again, so you can go to forbiddenclothes.com and grab this shirt and many, many other ones. They got some really good ones on there, man. I'm planning on getting some more there of their shirts for this weekend. They've got some funny ones. And they always keep up with what's going on in today's political climate. So, as soon as something happens, they'll have a shirt for it like the next day. So, again, you go ahead and head over to forbiddenclothes.com and you can drop the code word down in there, right there where it says coupons and discounts, and it'll knock the percentage off for you. With that said, man, how you guys feeling, man? What's been going on with you guys, man? Who we got in the comments section? We got 10 people watching. We starting off kind of slow tonight. We don't usually go live on Thursday, so I'm not expecting the full squad to be here. This is like a pop-up show, if you would. Property Infrastructure LLC was good. What up? Thursday Night Raw. You know what time it is, man. We got some info to cover tonight. A couple things to talk about. Got to be another great one. Yes, indeed. You know what it is, Alfonso. Good to have you in the house. We got a wrench in the house. With an intro like that, are you coming out in cape and a cape? Not this time. Not yet anyway. Maybe not this year. Well, hopefully when that meteorite lands and we get our powers, I'll be able to wear a cape and come out. I won't need to be online. I'll be literally somewhere in a town hall talking like Homelander on The Boys, but I ain't gonna be as bad as him. You know what I'm saying? I don't think the power will corrupt me that much. That would be hilarious though. What up, Jared? What's good? What's good? Yes, indeed. It is Thursday, man. We in the house. So, man, we are. There's a few things that actually did slide across my desk this past week that I want to discuss with you guys. Let's talk about some silly stuff, man. Let's talk about how AI is malfunctioning and causing issues. So, this video was actually sent to me by one of my followers not too long ago, earlier this week. So let's take a look at what's going on with these cars. These are, what are these things called? These are the they're like, so these cars basically what they do, they don't have any drivers, of course. These are driverless cars. They work on 100% grid technology, AI, wireless infrastructure type deal. And what they do is they ride around, from what, as far as my knowledge goes, and these things have a giant radar on the top of them, and they navigate the area. So they're constantly filming and watching what's going on in the area. Is literal surveillance. If you've been to Arizona, or if you live in Arizona, you know that these things are very common over there. Um, I was in Phoenix, Arizona, and it was a very interesting sight because they're called Waymo, I believe, Waymo, Waymo, and they've had these things for a little while now, and these things all over the place. If you go to Phoenix, you'll literally see like 5 of these joints in like an hour ride past you. They're every freaking where, and again, they're driverless. Now let's peep it out real quick.
Up after being kept up at night by driverless Waymo cars honking at each other through the night as they park.
I could not be more cranky today. Over the past 2 weeks, I've been woken up more times overnight than I have combined over 20 years.
Waymo says the vehicles automatically honk their horns when other cars get too close to them while reversing.
It'll be honk, 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 honk. It doesn't last very long. It only lasts like maybe 10, 15 seconds. But imagine if your alarm clock is going off for 10 or 15 seconds.
Sophia Tong has been running a 24-hour live stream capturing the chaos.
When they all come back at once, they get into a traffic jam and they start honking at each other. It's so silly to like think about, like robots getting into traffic jams, but like here we are.
Waymo says that while the feature has been working great in the city, they didn't anticipate it would happen so often in their own parking lots. Adding, we've updated the software so our electric vehicles should keep the noise down for our neighbors moving forward. And experts say don't hesitate to voice your concerns when new tech impacts your community.
All right, so they said the cure for this particular issue was a software update. Now, here's anybody who's into computers knows that when you do a software update and you fix one problem, something that functioned perfectly before usually has an issue. So let's say, for instance, in this particular scenario, the Waygo cars not knowing that they're in a parking lot full of AI and they're all trying to figure out how to move around. And it's 1 o'clock in the morning, your freaking horn shouldn't be going off at 1 o'clock in the morning for another AI car. You know what I'm saying? They might fix that particular problem, but when you fix an issue with AI, this is why when you have you ever have like something, let's say you have a cell phone or something like that. Did you ever have a situation where you had a cell phone and your cell phone was working perfectly, and then an update came out, and now for some reason, YouTube doesn't play when you close the app or something crazy like that? When they fix one problem, something else goes bad. What is up with my, something is going on with this computer? It's just like choppy. I don't know what's going on. It was like that last week too. I might have to do a reboot on this computer. But yeah, anyway, what I was basically saying was they'll fix one thing that is supposed to be a problem, and then what'll happen is later on something will be found to be faulty other than what the original complaint was. You know what I'm saying? It just makes me wonder, if they were able to fix that issue, what could possibly be an issue that maybe got transformed, or a problem that could be developed by a computer program being shifted around. So yeah, I guess we'll have to keep an eye on Wago. Hopefully they didn't affect any of the sensors with knowing somebody's nearby, that it's supposed to stop when somebody's in the street instead of flattening somebody, because that would be crazy. Now I can imagine the insurance is high as hell for driverless vehicles, um, especially since it's uncharted territory in mass. This is not something that's familiar territory with certain companies. So I will be keeping an eye on that development, because that's going to be something interesting to watch. And these are little small bugs. You could call them small as of right now, but again, who knows what other things are there? The AI is not always going to be perfect. AI is going to be the AI can only be as perfect as its creator. It can't be better. You know what I'm saying? It can't be more perfect than its creator. It's going to have flaws. All right, let's continue. So this guy right here, now this was very interesting, because I saw this video, and I watched this video about 5 or 6 times, and I swore this might have been some kind of like uh if you can call this like editing tool or software editing or something like that. But let me know what you guys think, because I've heard other stories about the sky in Europe being red as well. But let me know what you think about this, because this was interesting.
And that's a permanent cast. Go. And that's a permanent cast.
So if you can see properly, my man just cast his reel with his bait into the river to catch some fish. And as soon as the reel landed inside the water, the whole sky completely changed, like instantly, as if we were looking at an LED screen or something like that. That's very weird. Let's look at this again.
Go. And that's a permanent cast.
Let me move this around, because I want you guys to see this. I'm gonna move this. Let me move my picture at the bottom, and let's look at it one more time.
Go. And that's a permanent cast.
Now that's very interesting. If you look at the way the guy's reaction was when he cast the reel into the water, he instantly started looking back and forth, as if he really like seriously noticed that in real time. Um, that is interesting. And if you look at the comments, somebody said, "Happened to me today. IR not. I would never believe this." And somebody said, "Looked like lightning struck, but was frozen. Why didn't I take the blue pill?" So there isn't a whole lot of comments on this post, but again, I don't know how real this post is. But with all the bizarre things that have been happening, I listen. It would not surprise me if this was something that actually took place. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that hold on. AI is no joke. No such thing as artificial intelligence. Word. Agreed. He said AI is a joke. No such thing as artificial intelligence. All circuits and wires, my brother. What up, Fred? What's going on? Civic Maker in the house for the pop-up show. What up? What up? We got 10 people in here. AI might get a better insurance quote. You know what's crazy? It might. It may. It's possible, man. Nothing would surprise me at this point. It is very much a possibility. With the F that I just walk into, the sky changed. Like, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, it cast, and my man was like, what the hell? The sky just completely changed. There's several videos similar worldwide. I had a video. I don't know where that video went at. Hold on, let me see if I can reload my email because I had a video where in Europe the sky was actually completely blood red, and this was over the past week, so this was relatively recent. But I've seen the sky do some very interesting things before. Um, and we talked about in 20, I think this was 2021, people started to notice the sun had a halo around it. And anytime you're headed home, anytime I'm headed home and I look in the sky, you can actually see a halo, a big halo too. And there's a rainbow fixture formation in like a half circle. Then when you look around, you can kind of see it on all sides. More prevalent on the right side when you're looking at it. Let me see if I can find this video. All right. Man, that's crazy. Don't see it on here, man. I don't see it on here. This was literally like this week, but it was literally like the sky was blood red. But I don't see any videos on YouTube as of right now. But interesting stuff. Good evening, everyone. What up? What up? What up? What's good, Mr. Gotra? All right, so let's move on. Let's move on. All right, let's talk about the surveillance state. So, for those of you, we talked about last week and how in New York there's cameras every freaking where, and then we also talked about how um, if you even go to any stoplights, any traffic lights and stuff like that, they've got the cameras sitting right on top of the pole that are constantly on the freeways out here in Maryland, 695, 97, interstate 795, 95's got a bunch of them. There's cameras all over the place. Now, the interesting part about it is you wonder, hey, where are all these cameras connected to? Like, who's watching all of these cameras? The answer's right here. So this is the Department of Transportation. They got 300 plus cameras.
Cameras in Department of Transportation. I know what's going on right now, any place in this county. Aviation, if they're up, whoever's working, I can click on their camera right now and I can watch their interaction.
Can I see it?
Live Google. This is a big, big deal. And
What do you mean live Google?
So I'm going to show you right now. I can tell you where everybody is, what they're doing, and then I can also bring up, any intersection I want in the county.
Okay.
Right now.
So you're bringing up live CCTV cameras right now?
Bringing up live cameras.
Wow. You have eyes and ears everywhere.
Everywhere. But I can go to any intersection and pull it up right now. So if there's a crash, if someone says we're in a pursuit, whatever it might be, it shows me right now. Plus, it shows me every single person working. The stars are where my deputies are. It tells me what they're doing, what they're on, what calls for service. It's important for me to have my finger on the pulse constantly.
It's a traffic stop right here.
So this is Deputy Austin, and right now I can see his body worn camera. So it's as if we're
That's
on
insane.
scene. We got this county locked down.
All right, there you go. So that is the sheriff in the Department of Transportation. As you can see, he has the white shirt on. He is the top brass. He's the guy that talks to the media and communicates with the media so that the news can see exactly what he's saying and what's going on. Now, the surveillance state is everywhere. We talked about the 5G street lights, how they got the blue tint on them and the receptors that are attached to them, which I still think those street lights have a deeper purpose that hasn't been accessed yet. A lot of people say that they think that those lights are going to play a big part of what's going on later with the whole jab and all that stuff. That is a interesting point. But it is very interesting that the whole entire county, as he said, is on lock. They have eyes and ears everywhere. You can't do nothing without them seeing, literally. This is why I say, you need to go ahead and put your automobile in a trust, man, because if you still have your automobile tied into your straw man or your ends legis, they're able to pull the license plate up and find exactly where that automobile is. You know what I'm saying? If you're still riding with state plates or whatever, it's best to just put it in a trust if you're gonna ride with the state plates. But yeah, 100%, man. They're watching every freaking thing. You know, gridlocked. Says they scrub them. Scrub what? Jared Theros all occurred at the same time. Blood sky is uncommon, but typically not instant like we just witnessed. That actually wasn't a blood sky Gertrude. That was the sky literally just changed, but it wasn't a blood red sky. But some of the videos. Hold on, let me see if I can find this video because I definitely had this video. That's crazy that I don't I forgot to save it. I was doing so much today. Got to save the video. Hold on. It's got to be here. Unless somebody removed it. That's also possible. A lot of videos are getting pulled down. Like you'll be looking at a video and you'll go back to look at it 10 minutes later, it'll be gone. Yeah, they playing games on Instagram, YouTube. Like, let me tell you how I went to go leave a comment on somebody's post that literally just said 100. That's it, 100, 100, the emoji. Like keeping it 100. And they said they pulled the comment down and it said it looks like spam. Like, what? All I said was 100 because I was agreeing with what dude said. Listen, this election year, they are locking social media down. They already got the channel demonetized. They already got a few of my videos pulled. They had me suspended. They did every goddamn thing they possibly could to this channel, but aside from get me out of here completely. So again, you guys want to go get on that Patreon, man. Get the tier 1 membership. It's only one membership. It's the tier 1. Get on the Patreon just in case they decide to pull the plug completely, so y'all can still have access. And if you're not on the Telegram group, you can also get on there as well. I will be going over remedies too on the which I do weekly, just about on the Patreon. I'll talk about remedies and things like that. And if you guys want to get on and ask me questions, you could definitely do that. But I think I'm still working on perfecting the FBO car trust, working on that now. Don't have that lockdown just yet, but I am working on it. So bear with me on that one. Cameras are everywhere, but what gets me read an LED bulb package is Wi-Fi tech, and we know all what that can do. Yep. No athletes, but I've seen several where the sky changes instantly. That's worth investigating. Yep, agreed. I was watching a video, man. I kept hearing the rumor that if they were using chemtrails, which I haven't seen chemtrails in a long time here in Maryland. It's been they used to bombard us, man, but I literally don't see them that much anymore. Like I don't remember the last time I've seen chemtrails. But I seen a video where this guy literally took some vinegar and he boiled the vinegar and put it outside, and about 20 minutes later, the sky completely opened up. It was very interesting. Very interesting. I've heard stories about it, but it sounded too good to be true. But it worked. There's multiple accounts of people using and boiling vinegar and putting it outside, and it opening the sky right up, so that you literally can see like the blue sun, the blue sky and the sun and stuff like that past the clouds. I think in England, weapons expert Mark Steele, see Rumble for his interviews, has found cameras in the lights, tail lights of motorbikes and cars. What? That's interesting. Cameras in the tail lights of motorbikes and cars. I mean, if they're electric cars, that makes perfect sense, but not regular cars. They don't have that kind of surveillance on the Big Island. Okay. Is it 5 years for a car trust scrub the web? Bro, you said what? Is it 5 years for a car trust scrub the web, fro? I don't know what you mean by that. Not claiming it was a blessed guy, just replying to Jay. Okay, gotcha. My bad. Cut me off and posted. Zero censorship on Rumble. Yeah, I know. I gotta get on Rumble, but I'm still gonna rock out on the Patreon though, because I'm not gonna put all the remedies out there in the public. License plate readers are popping up everywhere. I tried the vinegar. You tried the vinegar? Nice, 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 nice. That's what's up. Cloudbuster Technology, Victor Schauberger, he could make it rain. Guess what happened to him? Yeah, I'm pretty sure they got him up out of there. Yes, boil white distilled vinegar. It will clear the sky for miles. That's beautiful, man. Like, yo, everybody in your neighborhood should be doing white distilled vinegar. That's fire, man. Like, yo, we're not gonna have that crap over here. You know what I'm saying? That's dope. I was surprised it worked. I heard stories about it, but I was like, yeah, that sounds a little bogus to me. You know what I'm saying? But no, it works. It definitely works. That's what I try to tell people. My auto is in a trust and my privacy is protected from them reading my tag to get around the fourth. There you go. And people are complaining about, yo, they shouldn't be reading my plate. My plate is they're violating my rights. No, they're not, because when you put your straw man on your plate and your plate is in public, they have the right to run anything in public. It's called, basically, if you know what the clear view doctrine is, clear view doctrine is basically when a police officer can just look inside somebody's car, and if he sees something, let's see he say he sees, excuse me, tired as hell today. Let's say he sees like a pound of, a substance, I can't say the word, on your seat. Now, he can go in your car and get the substance. You know what I'm saying? And ask you a bunch of questions. It's called the clear view doctrine. So with that, if your plate is in clear view, he can run the plate. You know what I'm saying? And if he observes commerce taking place, quote unquote, and the plate being on the car, he can assume that there's commerce taking place, even though it probably is not true. That's your responsibility, however, to make it so that's not the case. That's why you should have your automobile in the trust. Some people are still running private plates, which I don't run private plates anymore per se, but that's another way to do it. But it's all about keeping your privacy. You know what I'm saying? All about keeping the privacy. They can't watch everyone. Too many people. No, of course not. Of course not, Fred. You're right. There's a listen. I think AI is going to assist them dramatically with looking for certain things. Okay. Um, we have to find a way around the AI facial recognition. Now, I seen a video back in the day. This was probably around 2020, where a guy had a shirt, and the shirt had a whole bunch of faces. I think it was like a rock band, and it had all the band members' faces on it. And the AI face reader was going crazy because it couldn't lock on his face because it was trying to read the faces on his shirt, but there was too many faces in a small vicinity, and it never got to really lock on. And I'm wondering if they perfected that technology yet to be able to find that. I also saw somebody say on here, um, the Middle Eastern red dot they put here. What is it, ceremonial or something? I'm not sure what it is, but it's some kind of like religious red dot they put here. Also, somehow scrambles it. So I'm wondering if these are things that still are possible, or if the technology's been developed yet. 24/7 in North Carolina. Yes, the vinegar story I've heard about, people spraying their towns that are able to. Yeah, man. Yeah, it works. You boil some white distilled vinegar and put it outside and let it sit, and it'll clear the sky. How long do you have to wait to put a car in a truck? Oh, how long? Um, I don't know what you mean by how long, but you can literally, if you have everything together, you can go right down to the DMV and give them the information. And there's a process for that. Like I said, I'm still working. I'm not done it yet. But we want to go ahead and use a faith-based organization for that. So like you can hop on the Patreon and we'll talk about that in private. OG carriage, as long as it takes to set one up. I display the DOT number above the state tag, both of my trust name. Okay, so you do the DOT number. Okay. That's one way to do it. I say it's a few ways to keep your stuff private. People are going to start pew them cameras. Just hey, look, if it ain't happened by now, Alfonso, I doubt it is. You got to remember, a lot of these people running around ain't even probably real people. These probably literally AI because there's no damn way them cameras are still functioning. They robbing people every day. You know what I'm saying? Like I done seen people get their property destroyed for less. I remember in I think it was over there in what was it, Manchester or something like that in the UK or somewhere overseas. I think it was Manchester. They started I think they started spray painting the cameras. They were spray painting the glass, and some guy actually got caught doing it. But Yeah, they got busy with those cameras though. You know what I'm saying? Um, but yeah, there's a whole lot of ways to move around to make sure you keep yourself private, but that's just one of them. People in Europe are already there. We go. Yeah, see, people in Europe are already destroying them in plain sight. Pew pew with the yeah. Do the 8 Mile on them. Hit them with the hit 'em with the paintball joint. Hey, in Michigan for a home, it takes 5 years to get it in the trust. Really? Yeah, Michigan's on some shit. God damn. What the hell? Yeah, I don't think an automobile is gonna be the same thing, man. They're cutting them up in UK. Yeah. UK is they got busy, man. They get busy from time to time. UK has their moments, okay, but they'll come out of pocket. They got their moments. They definitely have their moments where they'll come out of pocket, like, oh, y'all get down like that over there. All right, let's move on, shall we? Let's talk about lineage, man. Let's talk about lineage real quick. So this lady's gonna break down exactly why we are not African American and never were African American, nor did we come from Africa. This is for my indigenous American people.
slavevoyages.org, and I come across this. Select a database of enslaved people to search. You got African origins and you got oceans of kinfolk. Is it just me, or I never knew that? Y'all knew that? The Oceans of Kinfolk database provides personal details of more than 63,000 enslaved African Americans forcibly transported to the New Orleans from various ports in the United States during the 19th century. Pan-Africans, why aren't you searching this database? And the fact that there's two choices is telling you people were here already. There should be a paper that reflects the information that they uploaded to the internet. So why I can't click on anything, right? This is the cosigner, this is the owner. I'm just supposed to take this and run with it, right? We supposed to take this and run with it. Federal Writers Project and the WPA. That's all I'm gonna say. Peace and love, y'all.
So interesting stuff right there. And this goes back to what Dane Calloway was teaching about the whole entire tracing your lineage through genealogy through records. And it's very effective, man, because you can literally trace where your bloodline came from. Death certificates will tell a whole lot of stuff, man. You go to public records and get death certificates. You can find out a lot of information that way, you know. You can trace it back and you can see what tribes were in where at what time. Dane Calloway has some great information on that. I learned a whole lot from him. So shout out to Dane Calloway. It would be magical to have this dude on the channel, but you know, dude is big time. And I'm just a small time channel. You know how that goes. So pretty sure dude don't even know I'm out here working, but that's all good though. Let me see where we at here. To put it in a trust with the B&B, I guess he meant D&B, you need a certificate of trust, then a licensed driver to get the tag. Well, a licensed driver doesn't even need to get the tag though. That's the thing. Well, I don't know about out where you live, but you can literally go in with a passport. And you know, I'm just a trustee. I don't have a license. I'm just instructed to come down here and get it plates for the trust or whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's literally it. You don't even have to have a licensed driver to do that. So I don't know how it is in your state though. But the trustee can basically handle. They can't interfere with trust duty. You know what I'm saying? Because that automobile is going to be under the trust, not a driver. You know what I mean? It's under a organization, not a driver. So drivers just, you know, you can have a bunch of different quote unquote drivers. You know what I mean? You can have a bunch of those guys. But as far as whoever's registering um, the automobile under the trust, because it's first in time, first in line. So if the trust has superior claim over the automobile, first is the trust, and then the DMV is second. You know, but if you put it in the ens legis, the DMV is going to have priority because they also have that birth certificate as well. But the trust doesn't have a birth certificate. It's have like a certificate of trust or a declaration of trust on file, and then The fiduciary responsibilities for the trustee. My best friend said they got radars that scan your stuff from 3 miles back. Wow. That's crazy. 3 miles back. God damn. Things got supervision. In Callaway. People are awake now. Cameras going down. 5G towers going down. Peru doing it themselves. RFK come out on chemtrails. Pray for his safety. Man, yeah. Listen, it didn't take RFK. We already knew all this was going on. It didn't take RFK for us to realize we were getting played from the jump. You know what I mean? So it's one of those kind of things where I guess certain people needed to hear it, but the right people who really need to hear it are still not gonna. They're not gonna be able to absorb the information. You know, at this point, if these people aren't ready at this point, there is no being ready at this current time with all the things we didn't experience and been through. Believe it or don't, just need to a Wyoming LLC. Infowars are manipulation of the masses to divide and conquer only. Yes, there's old world before Columbus. It was huge cities, giants, etc. The few don't want you to know the truth. There was a lot of things we're not being told, man, of the old world. Man, we could talk about. There's a show I started watching called Secrets in the Woods or something like that, and it's basically people's accounts of things they've experienced in the woods that never really got explained. And the crazy part about it is a lot of these people's stories are similar. You know, they face off with these giant creatures, like really big creatures. And one guy shot one of them and he made it mad and they tried to like take his life away. And he ended up getting away. He ran and ended up getting to the pickup truck and they got out of there just in time. But he was like, yo, that shot did nothing but piss the thing off. You know what I'm saying? So that's very interesting indeed. Um, that's something. And listen, we've heard the stories about in Japan when people go camping or go hiking in those snowy mountains and stuff like that, and they find pieces all over the place, torn up camp clothes. You know what I mean? You know, some they might find a leg here, an arm there, and stuff like that. Clothes ripped all over the place. And this is what the stories about uh the abominable not the snowman. What is that thing called? The abominable, is it the snowman or abominable snowman, whatever the hell it is. But it's like some kind of giant creature or organization of creatures that hang out in certain areas and they get busy. You know what I mean? We've heard the stories about when the US went to Afghanistan in the mountains and they ended up fighting that big giant red like ginger looking thing, and the dude was like super muscular, had the giant spear and took one of the soldiers out. You know, it's interesting part when you look at it on YouTube and they're spinning the narrative with whatever they're talking about, and you look at the comment section and everybody's like, "Yo, they were fighting a giant." You know, the giant had red hair, told a whole entire story. There's literally about 100 people telling the story. It's awesome. It's awesome. You know what I'm saying? I'm surprised they didn't mute the comments. I really am. I'm friends with a science teacher. He said the Appalachian Mountains have identical soils as the Western Africa. They were once adjoined. Yo, the Appalachian Mountains are all up and down the East Coast, and apparently that was Cherokee territory at one point. And if you look at some of the stories that the Cherokees used to tell, they had a huge respect for the woods, skinwalkers and things like that. You know what I'm saying? Creatures that appear to look one way, they'll lure you in, and then if you decide to take the bait, you're going to end up missing. There's a lot of indigenous American stories about these creatures that inhabited the woods. There's even a specific way you have to travel through the woods at a certain time. You're not supposed to talk over a certain decibel of sound because you'll piss off whatever spirits are in the woods. You know, you can't, there's no laughing. You can't laugh. You can't whistle. You got to whisper when you're talking. You got to walk as gingerly as possible because these creatures can hear you. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, there's a lot. I'm not going to say they're urban legends, but these are stories that are passed down amongst people. gathering that either. I'm doing the copyright trademark and the ends lead just with exercise. Yeah, that's another thing too, man. I actually has one of my subscribers that hit my email, and he had success with the trademark, man. He had success with the trademark. He actually used the trademark to get the ends lead just out of the DMV's database because they didn't want to pull it out of the database. So he actually did a trademark and sent him a notice. And he went to check it the following week, and it said no record found. They removed that shit out of there ASAP. They didn't want that smoke. How about the Ethiopian calendar having 13 months? This ain't 2024 according to the lunar cycle, of course. Yeah, absolutely. I talk about that quite often. The tortoise shell has 13 plates, right? Yeah, I've heard that is actually 13, technically 13 months in a year. You used to have 13 months in a year. Yeah. It's all misdirection. I think it was more months. December means 10, October means 8. There's still different calendars used globally. Who really knows? History is his story, and Rothschilds control a lot of it. Yeah, that is facts right there. Listen, there's so much misinformation out there. Things that we hold to be truths on a day-to-day basis are literally misinformation. And what's interesting about it is it's so widely believed that when you find something on the contrary and present it, even if it's like written in a book somewhere, or you could even go to some ancient calendar or something like that, it's seen as a myth to the masses. You know what I mean? But that's what happens when something's been made normal. People just accept it, and any question of anything else is just completely asinine. He said months, not months. Word, I didn't think about that. Interesting stuff. All right. I think that's the videos I actually had. But yeah, man. So watching this whole entire election thing, man, I'm watching these people fight back and forth, man. We're watching the indigenous American people fighting each other over this whole Kamala Harris thing. Very interesting thing. I was watching uh, Uncle Luke got involved and ended up going back and forth with Tariq Nasheed, which was hilarious. He actually didn't go back and forth with him directly. He had a one of those Twitter spaces, and he was basically going off. And it's very interesting to watch all of this stuff happen because the way I look at this, all of these people are pretty much getting paid to do this as a distraction. You know what I'm saying? You got these people at each other's necks. Meanwhile, all these things are happening live time that people aren't paying attention to. And I'm gonna tell you something, man. This is gonna be a very interesting election. It's gonna be very interesting to watch what happens. Man, things right now are pretty bad. Listen, I put freaking $20 in my damn gas tank today, and I got a little bit over a quarter tank. Listen, I remember back in 2000 and man, when was this? 2004. $18 put my needle past the full mark, yo. Yeah, man, who remembers when gas was that cheap? Where you could put $18 in I had a Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution. I put $18 a premium in that joint. $18 and it was past the full mark. Like I was good to go. Who remembers the days when gas was that cheap? Now, man, $20 don't even hardly get you past a quarter tank. It's absurd, man. But yeah, things are pretty screwed up right now, man. Inflation's through the roof. I was looking at a guy, Moore's Lighthouse Productions, I think is what it's called, and this guy specializes in adverse possessions. Interesting thing about that is he was saying, yo, with the price of houses being so astronomical, now's the best time to learn about adverse possessions. You know what I'm saying? And the adverse possessions thing is very interesting because you literally, like I said, I don't know the whole process or anything like that, but I do know it is a thing and it's 100% factual. If you lay claim to a particular property and you follow all of the steps, you can actually get the title transferred over to your trust. You know what I'm saying? And like in this particular climate, it's probably best to just sit on it and live in a damn thing. instead of just flipping it and selling it. Maybe yesterday we would have done that when houses weren't like, actually, shoot, man, right now might be the best time if you were to get an adverse possession to sell because houses are astronomical right now, man. It's ridiculous. You can mess around and flip a house and then buy a whole bunch of gold and do it again. If it works out for you the second time. He said, communala. What the hell is that? I feel like I'm missing something. Anytime Jared says something like this, there's something I don't know. Fill me in on that. Trump's going to bring gas prices down once he's in office. We're gonna see, man. We're gonna see. I don't know about that, bro. I don't think the presidential candidates have any effect on any of that stuff, man. Listen, we got to remember the Federal Reserve is literally in charge of inflation. Okay, the presidents, none of these people have any control or semblance over what happens with the Federal Reserve. Okay, this is all a show. You want to see something about who's has say so. I'm not even gonna say so because he's really just a spokesman. But if you look at Jerome Powell, the 16th chair of the Federal Reserve, he's going to be closer to your president than any Trump, Biden, Obama, Bush. That's going to be closest to your president right there. If you want to be technical, even though he's just a spokesperson, you got a board of people that tell him what's going on. Like, all right, this is what we're doing. Say this to the media. I mean, this guy literally came out and told you that they print money out of thin air. And they got the nerve to try to call us sovereign citizens when we go to court or something like that, when freaking Jerome Powell literally said it. And here's the crazy part. Jerome Powell can literally stand in as an expert witness. If you use that testimony in court, I don't see why there wouldn't be an expert witness, seeing as how he's a Federal Reserve 16th chair. You know what I'm saying? How is that not an expert witness? His testimony. You know what I mean? I think that's expert enough. I've seen people saying communism. Yeah. And it's crazy. Look, I've talked to multiple people about, and this isn't even about Democrat versus Republican to me. This is about a mindset, yo. This is a mindset for me, okay? So I just try to get people to use their brains a little bit. So when somebody says, yo, I'm voting for Kamala Harris, like, okay, cool. What policies do you support of Kamala Harris's? Which policies do you like? And I've never gotten a solid answer, yo. Not one time have I gotten a solid answer. You ask a Trump supporter, and this is why I say the Trump supporters are a lot smarter than the Kamala Harris supporters, because they're not voting with emotion. They're literally voting off of logic. So they'll have reasons why they want to vote for Trump. But here's my problem with them. Like, yo, my problem with the people on the left, well, let's start from the beginning. My problem with the people on the left is that they refuse to get out of their emotions. They won't stop being emotional. You know what I'm saying? Which is, I'm not going to say a whole lot about that because we're on YouTube. But they refuse to get out of their feelings. The right, my problem with the right is, yes, they have a logical aspect, but there's still a kind of Stockholm syndrome because they know something is wrong. You know what I'm saying? For instance, I saw a video where a lady was speaking her mind in a town hall meeting. And I'm surprised I don't have that on here either. What the hell was I doing this week? Somehow that got taken off of here. But there was a video where a lady was speaking her mind at a town hall meeting and she got arrested. And the reason she got arrested is because the town hall, what was it? One of the members of the government, he told the sheriff to go arrest her and take her out because she can't verbally attack any of the members sitting in the town hall meeting, the government employees, the public service. You can't attack people in here. You can't verbally. She was verbally telling them that they was being stupid, basically. They didn't like it. So he says, yo, sheriff, go arrest her. Oh, the sheriff goes over there and arrests her. And then I'm looking at these freaking right wingers. They're like, that's the problem, government corruption, blah blah blah. All these government employees shouldn't be able. Hell, you missing the point, bro. Yo, the sheriff literally is supposed to uphold the Constitution. That is his duty. Why is the sheriff violating this lady's First and Fourth Amendment protected right? Because this government employee just told him to do so. Yo, the problem is the oath breakers and order followers, yo. Because without those guys there as the tip of the spear, none of these things these politicians would say would have any weight without enforcement. Let's keep it a buck. And my problem with the right is they want less government because they don't want the government telling them what to do, but they want more police. Listen, bro, it doesn't work like that. Okay. If you have less government and you have more police, you have more people on the street who don't know the Constitution, who are out here just wild. And then you got the government who is there telling them what to do, and they'll do it without asking any questions. Now, what was supposed to happen was when that government employee told that sheriff to arrest that lady, that sheriff was supposed to go arrest that government employee for federal crimes and breach of fiduciary duty as well. Like that's a breach of trust duty. The state is literally the state of is literally a trust. If you look at your state constitution, you'll read it. The state of is literally a trust, yo. That's breach of trust duty right there. He telling you to go violate the beneficiary's rights. You're supposed to be trustee of this trust in the beneficiary's interest. You over here locking up the beneficiary. Listen, man, this is what I'm talking about. But they don't see this, man. They don't see the police being retarded. They just see the government official, and that's my problem with the right. I can't even rock with the right for real. I think both sides are stupid. Like both of y'all are idiots. They're emotional idiots, and you're a logical blind idiot. Y'all both idiots, in my opinion. And that's where I stand with it. So, the left wants more government, less police. That's what the whole defund the police thing was about. They want this, that, and the third from the government. They want all this stuff. And then the right wants less government. The government doesn't have any right to tell us what to do. Like they don't want any ATF or any of that stuff. But then they want more police. So, like, all right, even if the ATF was gone, the state could stay, all right, cool. Well, the ATF might be federally gone, but we're still going to impose these bans in our state, and we're going to have the police enforce them. Now you still got the same issue. You just ain't got the federal on your neck. You got the state on your neck. And that's my problem with right and left. You know what I'm saying? It's just the bird is retarded. Let's be honest. The bird is screwed up. Left wing and right wing both attached to a retarded ass bird. Inflation is just a tax. Oh, absolutely. Everything is a freaking tax. I thought the astronauts being stuck in space was a new distraction. I didn't even hear about no astronauts stuck in space. I'll be honest. Trump is an actor who can't do anything. Government only exists in your mind. Yep. Trump is 1,000% an actor. BlackRock owns Trump. Oh, Fred, all the new mosquito. Yo, what about these lockdowns, though, man? What about these lockdowns and these voluntary lockdowns? And I like the way they try to slip voluntary in real quick. And a lot of people don't even catch the word voluntary. They don't even catch it. Hey, well, there's another lockdown coming. Yeah, you mean the voluntary lockdown where you can not stay in? Let's be real. Everything was a voluntary lockdown. I went whatever the fuck I wanted to go during the lockdown situation. I didn't stay in the house for anything. I went where I wanted to go at when they were telling people to stay in the house. You know what I'm saying? I'll go where I want to go. The only problem was everything was goddamn closed, but I still went outside just to be an asshole. Like I'm no, F that. I'm outside, goddamn it. Yeah, but the mosquitoes and all that stupid stuff, man. Listen, all that monkey pox crap, side effects from the jab, okay? We still ain't 5 years. Don't forget what Uncle A6 told you. We are not 5 years in yet for these vax. I should have said that word. For these VACKS side effects. We are not 5 years in yet. So we don't know the full extent to all of the side effects. We don't know. So we're still watching and seeing them live. Now they can call them what they want, but we're not gonna forget the thing they told everybody to go out and do. You know what I'm saying? That's why y'all need to go grab these right here to let everybody know what time y'all on. Y'all need to go over there to forbiddenclothes.com and grab those, man. Stand on business. Oh, Fred, the new mosquito disease or distraction. Kamala. Yeah, somebody says she was a man or it was a man. I don't know, man. Listen, everything on TV is fake. I don't know what's going on anymore. I recall gas being 35 cents a gallon as a kid. I'm 42, but back in 2004, gas costs the same as smokes, 165 a gallon. Damn, $165. Excuse me, $1.65 a gallon. Pretty soon it's gonna be at 165 a gallon. 165 a gallon, man. What? Listen, if I rule the world, for real. Jeffrey Prather outed today. Kamala used to work for the Russian Communist Federation. They got images of her card and all proof there. Some group she was with in the 90s. Interesting. I never saw that. If you got any info on that, slide it to my email. I'll be glad to read it. Astronaut stuck on the ground, stuck in the pool, right, Jared? They stuck in a pool somewhere in Area 51 or something, like one of them deep pools. You know, you go look in what was that? We looked at that giant pool they had over in the Middle Eastern. I think it was in damn, where was that at? Was that was in that was in goddamn, was it in the Emirates? I think it was, where they had this giant pool with like leagues underneath, and you can like put on some diving gear and all that stuff and go in the pool, you know, and that's probably what they have going on for that whole entire thing. Water suits type deal. It's a uniparty, no left, right. Freedom of Information Act. Proof shows no politician has an oath to USA, but they must take an oath to Israel, and they all did. Whoa. Yo, if anybody has any evidence of such, please email me that. I would love to read it. And over 200 repubs siding with Kamala. They're all the same. Listen, I've been saying that for the longest time. It's all an illusion. Democrat and Republican, yo, it's all an illusion. Yes, the sheriff is the highest law of the lands over AGs and judges. They're bought off, and if not, they're out for someone that is can be. Yeah, man. It's not a game out here, bro. Facts, I did too. I kept working, shopping and fishing. Oh, you said you dipped off on the lockdowns? Word. I kept working, shopping and fishing. Never had one problem. And hell no, I got no shot. That's what's up, man. Shout out to the Pure Bloods. Yeah, I actually had somebody say they were in California and they went hiking and the freaking police. What is it? The police or troopers or whatever the hell it was they had out there in the park. They were like, "Hey, why are you out here? You should be locked down." Like, man, get out of here, man. you can't even enforce that mess. Don't even say nothing about any of that crap. Kamal is a stud. All our clothes are back. Stud. That's hilarious. All his clothes. Yo, remember back in the day, man, on the what is the movie theaters and stuff like that? Back in the day, there was all male productions. Everybody you saw in any movie, in any play, were all men. This was, back in the day. It kind of makes me wonder, did that ever change? Maybe it didn't. We all know about Big Mike. Melania Trump always looks suspect to me. I don't know. I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? She always look. I didn't know at the time when I was looking at her that she could have possibly had something swinging. You know what I mean? But I always thought she looked kind of odd, like a lot of plastic surgery. That Luch must be so addictive to these reptiles. Left wing or right wing, still a dirty bird, 1,000%. Coroner is the highest. Coroner is the highest law. The coroner? He can arrest the sheriff. What? How I missed that? Where'd you read that at, Jared? That's interesting. We gotta have a talk, bro. You know a lot of stuff, man. You gotta school me. Jared knows a lot of stuff, man. He said the coroner is the highest law. Interesting. He can arrest the sheriff. That's interesting. Attorney Todd Callender is on Rumble and has his own site with the Freedom of Information Act on the oaths. But I'll try to remember to send you the links. Yeah, send me those, man. I like to read those. Yeah, I know about the oath to Israel, though. I'm aware of that, but I would like to see the evidence. Like, yo, that's some groundbreaking stuff right there. That is some groundbreaking stuff. Yes, indeed, man. That's craziness, man. But yeah, listen, I already told you guys that this year was going to be wild. I told you this in January, and we ain't even get They already started the lockdowns and stuff like that. We haven't even gotten to the election yet. We're not even there yet, bro. And how much longer till they start telling people mail-in ballots? Mail-in ballots so we can, change things and stuff like that. We can, manipulate the outcomes and all of that good stuff. How much longer until that starts happening? Melania, Barbara Bush. Yo, I know about Barbara Bush, yo. As a matter of fact, I heard about there was about 10 presidents, if you look at their wives. And a lot of people were saying, yo, why the president's wives so ugly? Well, it's not that simple. Like, that's not a woman you're looking at. Her face looks strong because that's not a woman. You know what I'm saying? That type of deal. So yeah, I actually have heard about that. I think it was Roosevelt's wife, Bush's wife, both Bushes, Big Mike, Melania Trump. You know what I'm saying? Hey, what can I say, man? Absolutely. Look, check it out. That's true because if you look at any of the, they've been warning us about this for a long time. That's what the Secret Wars was, what a Marvel joint about Secret Invasion was about. That was about the whole thing, how they infiltrated government. If you haven't seen Marvel's Secret Wars, you really should watch it. Even if you ain't into superhero stuff, you should watch it because if you're into information like what this guy said right here, yeah, that's 1,000% true. You know what I'm saying? Yo, you can look at some of these celebrities, man, and the way their facial structure is, and you can tell something is off. You never been around people in public, and you just look at somebody like, yo, there's no freaking way you're cut from the same cloth as I am. You never actually noticed that? Absolutely. Bruce was just telling moms about these first lady dudes. Yo, yeah, man. And what's with the title First Lady? What is that all about? That never seemed weird to you guys? Like, yo, why is it First Lady? What does that even mean? You know what I'm saying? What does that even mean? Like, what does the title First Lady even really mean at the end of the day? That always struck me as odd. You know who Barbara Bush parents were? Check that out. Interesting connections. Y'all remember when we talked about how Justin Trudeau was Castro's son? We talked about that, man. That was mind blowing, yo. If you look at the connections, the timeline adds up, yo. When Justin Trudeau's mom was real close friends with Castro, they were known to be they were into the pineapple life. I'm gonna play it cautious with that because YouTube is on me. But they were into the pineapple life. You know what I'm saying? And anybody who knows what the pineapple life means knows what it means, knows that that is very much a possibility. So yeah, they would go visit Castro on a regular and stuff like that. And they wondered why Justin Trudeau's dad never had children with his mom. And supposedly they went to go see Castro on this excursion. They went to do a bunch of Caribbean islands, and then there was one undisclosed island in the Caribbean they didn't want to say anything about, which could only been Cuba. Their boy was Castro. You know what I'm saying? And they were saying that if you look at they were all related supposedly too. Like Castro's related to him as well. It's all keeping the power inside the family type of deal. So with that particular circumstance, they were saying, yo, with Castro was a bad boy and such. He was a leader of a gang, a guerrilla warfare gang, and they took over the country. And that would turn a woman on, like Justin Trudeau's mother, and he actually got with his mom, and she ended up giving birth a few months later. That's what the story basically was. And if you look at Justin Trudeau, the way he's running that country, he runs it a lot like his father. And if you look at their facial features, Fidel Castro without the beard and the mustache when he was like 19, and you look at Justin Trudeau side by side, some striking resemblances there, man. You cannot put that past them. All of these people are related, man. They're all in the same family. It's one bloodline. You got one bloodline in charge of everything, man. That's why I say all the beefs with other country, what I'm saying? All that's just horseshit. I was talking to a Russian last week, and they said that they were talking about, you had all these right-wing idiots talking about how Putin was this, Putin was that, and he was supposed to be an ally. Listen, Putin told those motherfuckers, you gonna get this shot or you're not gonna work. That's basically what he said. You're gonna get this shot or you're not gonna work and you're not coming outside. I don't know what the arms laws are over there in Russia, but I know they'll put foot to ass on you if you disagree with anything they got to say. I know that. What if it's simply the ruling class so cold-blooded in their banking policies, practices, and usury that they are compared to cold-blooded reptiles? I don't know. I don't know, Bruce. No, man. I think the writing's on the wall with that one, to be honest with you. Show Bush, him up, show everyone. What you mean, pull him up? What? Huh? That's why there are medical examiners instead of coroners. I'm open to anything being possible. That's the best way to come about it, man. Justin Castro for sure. Dude does not look like his dad. Yo, listen, I'm serious, bro. He don't look like him at all, but he looks a lot like Castro if you really put him side by side, bro. Listen, the resemblance is striking. We'll put it that way. Clone High had a running joke about Eleanor Roosevelt. What was it? And it's not that Justin Castro's mom cheated or anything. As you mentioned, these are just arranged marriages or relationships to put the same people bloodline in high place. So absolutely. Listen, yo, they do arranged marriages in areas like the Philippines and the Middle East. People that ain't even in charge of like whole entire governments and stuff like that do arranged marriages so that the family can keep the money inside the family. Again, if I have, all right, so let's say I have a company that I have a deli shop that makes meats, right? I got a deli shop that makes meats. You know, let's say my daughter gets 19 or something like that, and I know this guy over here that has a shop that makes bread. You know what I'm saying? And then he's got vegetables. He's got a son that has a vegetable shop, right? Yo, I got the meat. They got the bread and the vegetables. Yo, we can do a merger and we can make some good ass sandwiches and we can sell the sandwiches and we can all make money. We can keep the money all in the family and make a whole bunch more money. All right, so boom, marry them two, right? Boom, they get married, create a trust. Everybody gets in on the trust. The trust owns the business, and now like Delicious Sandwiches Inc. You know what I'm saying? So now I got the deli meat. I'm getting paid because they buying the deli meat. You know what I'm saying? They buying the bread. They getting paid. They buying the vegetables. They getting paid. The sandwich shop is making money. Everybody's winning. That's how it works. And think about that, but with government. You know, the same deals. You know, this guy owns the UK. You know what I'm saying? This guy over here owns Saudi Arabia. He's like a sheik or something like that. And you got this prime minister of Canada up here. You know, all of these people are all connected. You know, their children go to school together. Can you imagine the black book? The black book of somebody from Justin Trudeau's descent? Do you know how thick his black book is? You talk about diplomatic immunity. What? Bruh, listen, let me tell you something. These dudes had this shit down to a science. You best believe that. All of these people are connected. It's all family. They're all blood. That's how they get away with all the. You wonder why none of them ever went to jail for the Epstein list. Who gonna lock them up? Their cousins? No, it's not gonna happen. They literally own the whole entire justice system. None of them are going to jail. Absolutely, man. They got ways out of all of that stuff. Justin Castro, Benjamin Mikulski, not Netanyahu. They're all frauds. Justin and his bro look nothing alike. Word. Google pictures of Bush show the people. What you mean, Barbara Bush? All right, let's show people. Barbara Bush. Yeah, listen, I already said Barbara Bush looked like a little Polish man. I said that a long time ago, man. I was like, yo, what's up with Barbara Bush? Well, why is she looking like that? And I hope they don't listen. YouTube is on my wheels, man. So if you guys want to donate, you can go ahead and donate below. Hit the Cash App, donate me anything. Like I said, the channel's demonetized. We out here kicking this shit for fun. because I love you guys. I love talking to you guys. So if you want to compensate me for my energy, that would be brilliant. All right, so I'm trying to pull up this picture of Barbara Bush. Yeah, this looks like a construction worker, bruh, on some real shit. Like, look like she got a job at the Bethlehem Steel or something. Hold on, I gotta get a better picture than that. Why they don't want me to look at this picture of her or him or whatever the hell it is? Man, that's crazy. All right, I'm gonna just have to show this picture. This is, Google is being stupid right now. I told you this computer's acting crazy. Give me a second. I think frozen. I'm definitely gonna have to reboot this thing. It's taking forever. God damn. There we go. All right. Get to the difficult part. Sharing the video. All right. So now, as you can see, there we go. This thing is not loading it up. It won't show the picture. What in the hell is going on here? There we go. Okay. Can you guys see that? I don't know why this thing is so slow. There we go. Finally. Somebody said Barbara Bush looks like the Quaker Oats man. Yo, that's funny as hell. Yo said the Quaker Oats man. What? All right, let me move this out. There we go. That's a little better. All right, so this is Barbara Bush. For those who haven't or don't remember what Barbara Bush looks like, and you can clearly see from here, there's something like definitely off. What the hell is going on with this thing? It's just doing whatever it wants. I'm trying to bring this over, but it's almost like it doesn't want me to show you guys this. Dancing around. And we having technical difficulties today. This computer is not working with me at all. All right, give me 1 second. Hold on. All right, I don't know what's going on, but it doesn't want me to show you guys this picture, which is odd. It's just the computer's freezing up. It's not cooperating, so I have to close that in the meantime. Weird stuff, but yeah, it's nothing but a picture of Barbara Bush. I don't know why it won't let me show you guys that. But yeah, I'm gonna have to reboot this computer, so I think I'm gonna wrap it up for the night. This computer completely slowed the momentum down. Thank you guys for tuning in, man. It's been real. You guys, we will be live and direct on Sunday again. Again, next Tuesday, we will be on the Patreon. Let's go ahead and get on that Patreon, get on the tier 1 membership. It's only $5 a month. jump on that joint and we can chop game. If you have any questions about any of the remedies or stuff like that we discuss on there, we can definitely do that. If you need a consultation, also hit me up. I do have Saturday available. So if you guys are trying to do that, we can definitely lock that in. So anything you guys need, give me a holler. I'll be glad to help you out if I can. If not, I can point you in the direction of somebody that can help you out. With that said, thank you for tuning in. It is 864 National Born Natural. It's been real. And always remember, the path to freedom is through our bravery. So let's make sure we always take that path. With that said, y'all take it easy. There's no knowledge that is not power. So exercise. Peace.